What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today the Iron Banner is almost over. You've only got a few hours left if you want to get those last few bounties turned in, if you want to hit rank 5 on any of your remaining characters. For me, I hit rank 5 last night. That's probably the last Iron Banner that I'll be playing for this go round, and what we're going to do is we're going to show what loot I got from Lord Saladin on all 3 of my characters. So if you enjoy this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. This guy got done dirty. I realized I saw just a little bit of him and he got done absolutely dirty. And what I'm realizing right now is this match that we're showing a little bit of a clip from is actually the final match that I ended up playing in the Iron Banner, and I'm pretty glad because at the end of this, whenever I looked at the stats, there were 2 people that had 0 captures, 2 people that had 1 capture, and then I had 2, and I believe another person had 2. So I realized at that time that people were definitely not worried about getting wins. They were definitely worried about just finishing off whatever bounties they had. So I hope you don't need wins today because it could be extremely difficult to come by. And that is always the case. In fact, on that particular match, I was running around and I was trying to capture B. I was getting it a few times and then it would just immediately be taken over. And I realized, you know what? Why in the world am I trying to kill myself to get B whenever the rest of the team clearly does not care at all? All I was in that final match for was to get, I think, 1 or 2 ability kills just to turn in that final green bounty. I got that, I was more than pleased, and I got a little bit of something extra. But we're going to have to wait to show off what that was until the very end. Secret! So as far as the Iron Banner, it was Iron Banner Control, and there were definitely a lot of people that were still playing Iron Banner Clash. Though I will say, I don't feel like overall that was the sentiment. Sometimes I go into Iron Banner Control and I'm like, holy crap, nobody is even remotely trying to play Iron Banner Control. Though that did happen sometimes, I feel like people were just making a little bit more of a conscientious effort to go ahead and capture those control points, especially control points like B on Pantheon. Holy crap, if you don't have B on Pantheon, you are not winning. That's the one map that just stands out to me where if you're not capturing B, you're done. You have absolutely no chance to get a victory if you're not holding those 2 control points. If you want to play as a fire team of 6 and maybe go into Pantheon on B and be like, you know what, we're going to do this as a little challenge. We're not going to capture B and we're going to see if we can get a victory. By all means, go for it. But by and large, if you're playing solo, if you're playing with randoms, you need to capture B. Otherwise, you've got no chance at all. As far as the weapons go, you could see that I was using a lot of pulse rifles this weekend, and it makes a lot of sense because the videos that I had planned out were all about pulse rifles, so of course I needed to use them in order to get the clips. I also used the Ufern for one match. I was doing the Lord Shaxx weekly bounty where I needed 10 hand cannon kills, and I used the Ufern, and that felt pretty good actually. I managed to get all 10 of my kills in one match, and that was pretty nice and solid. On the flip side, I also needed to use an auto rifle for 10 kills, and that was terrible. You all know that I love my Arminius D, but holy crap, with those nerfs, it is hot garbage. Yes, up close and personal, you can absolutely melt an enemy, but at any range anymore, forget it. It's just not worth it. And that's a shame. That's a shame. That's just another result of the constant nerf culture that we have going on. Instead of now having a viable, awesome auto rifle, you've now got a bunch of middle tier auto rifles that are just okay, but aren't going to remotely be competitive whenever you compare to the pulse rifles or the scout rifle metagame, or even the emergent hand cannon metagame that's now going on. As far as the universal remote, which is always a hot topic, I really did not find it to be a problem at all. I saw some universal remotes, it definitely wasn't that prevalent, it definitely did not cause me any issues at all. There's just nothing that you need to truly worry about with that gun as long as you're paying attention. Of course you're going to die to it every now and then, you're going to die to every gun. But it just didn't seem to be a problem with me, and I was playing this solo the entire time, so I was going up against all the randoms that all the normal people that are going against randoms will go against. Finally, as far as special weapons go, there was definitely still that sniper problem of people sitting in the back and sniping, and they get hit in the head with your bullets, and it doesn't really matter because they can still line up and still get the headshot and still get the one-hit kill with the sniper rifle. Shotgun use is always higher in 6v6 game mode because that game mode is just a little bit more chaotic, so you're always going to see shotguns in the 6v6 game mode. Overall, not a bad Iron Banner. Didn't get any crazy drops. I got one. Actually, I got two crazy drops, and we're going to talk about one in just a little bit. But we've got to turn in our first rank 5 package, and I ended up nabbing myself a Finala's Peril. So this is pretty cool. I have some high hopes for something awesome. And my hopes are going down. My hopes are going down. Danger Close is definitely not a perk that you want or would ever be looking for. Small Bore is okay if I would have Luck in the Chamber as my final perk, but I don't. I have Life Support. So overall, there is nothing about this gun that would make me want to keep it. I'm going to look to see if I have any infusion fuel at all on this character, and I don't. So we're just going to hold on to that Finala's Peril, but I'm going to need to turn that into something else. And this was the drop that I was talking about that's pretty awesome. I got this Nerwin's Mercy. It's got Counterbalance, and it's got Glass Half Full. Now, what do you think about that compared to the one that Lord Saladin is selling? This version has Feeding Frenzy, Counterbalance, and Braced Frame. So the stability on this one can be maxed out. Mine cannot max out the stability, but I get to keep my extra 6 bullets. And as you can see, the Nerwin's Mercy already comes with pretty much amazing near max stability as it is. So if you were in my shoes, would you just keep and roll with this Nerwin's Mercy, or would you buy the one that Lord Saladin is selling? Which Nerwin's version is better? Leave that one in the comments below, mine or the one that Lord Saladin is selling, because I've only got a couple hours left to make a choice on a purchase. Moving on to our second character, we've got the Titan. We've got to turn in this rank 5 package and hope that we start leveling up a little bit better than the last one. We got an Iron Wreath, which makes me pretty excited because I don't have any good Iron Wreaths. The only other one I had, I think I turned into Infusion Fuel. And of course we get our Ghost Shell, looking just to see if it happens to come with those 25-25 stat rolls. It didn't. This Iron Wreath has got Crowd Control, that's good. Relentless Tracker, garbage. Holy crap, garbage. Utter garbage. Wow, this Iron Wreath is junk upon junk. This is terrible. Again, we've got to look through and see if we've got anything better that we can infuse this up to. The Thesan and my other sidearm, yeah, we're just going to take this as a Jobber Hockey, which is a much, much better stat roll for a sidearm. I've got Quick Draw, I've got Feeding Frenzy, Rangefinder. Yeah, this Iron Wreath is going right into this. This Jabber Hockey isn't the type of sidearm that I love, but it's just a better roll than that Iron Wreath, which was terrible. And finally, we turn in our Hunter package, and we're not doing too good from the Iron Banner rewards, and we're still not doing too good. I got boots on the Iron Banner week that boots were dropping. Of course, I've got a bunch of boots already, and the one that I got here, nothing to write home about. Nothing exceptional about these boots, aside from them being 335. So wow, 3 for 3 terrible rewards from Lord Saladin. Clearly I did something that offended Lord Saladin. Let's get it out there. Whatever I did to Lord Saladin, I apologize for. Please do not do this the next time the Iron Banner rolls around. So those rewards were bad, but this Iron Banner was a success as far as I'm concerned because of this. On my final match, I got the Hebridean Thought Crime. I didn't even know for sure if this ship was actually dropping. The fact that it dropped for me, I am so glad that I got it. Absolutely amazing. A definite rare ship I got on my end reward screen from my final Iron Banner match. So those were my rewards. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Iron Banner, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Lord Saladin treated me to a